Hello and welcome to the Album Man. So, I hope that if you've seen any of my previous videos, that you will notice that the lighting seems to be brighter, as I have now fixed my main light. Which is good, because my videos were particularly dark and not very pleasing on the eye, so I don't know, hope they're a bit better now. But anyway, so today I'm going to be reviewing Shinedown's Sound of Madness. Okay, and this version I have, though, it's the deluxe edition, which has an extra DVD and 9 extra songs, which I think some of them are like acoustic versions or remixes or featuring other people, but quite a lot of the extra songs on it are just songs that were cut off the album, including the now single and one of the most played rock tracks of 2011, Diamond Eyes Boom Lay Boom Lay Boom. So anyway, this is Shinedown's third studio album. It is also the first not to feature Jason Todd, who was the previous guitarist, and who's been replaced by Zach Myers, I think, and Brad Stewart, the previous bassist, who's now been replaced by Eric Bass, or Bass, not quite sure how you pronounce it. And because they parted ways with the band just before they started to record this album. So now the first two albums, I think Lost Tree and Us and Them, something like that, can't quite remember, were not actually released over here in the UK. So Sound of Madness seems to be the first one that was actually released here in the UK. I'll go through the track listing for you. So, Devour, Sound of Madness, Second Chance, Cry for Help, The Quo In The Butterfly, If You Only Knew, Sin With A Grin, What A Shame, Cyanide, Sweet Tooth, Suicide, Breaking Inside, Call Me, and that's it, yeah. So this album, it starts off with Devour. So this song starts gently with a marching beat on the drums, and then a piano melody comes in, while you can hear this palm-muted, overdriven guitar getting louder and louder before the track basically just explodes into a hard rock riff-based track. I mean, this song has such an anger and aggression to it, vocally and musically all round, but yet the chorus is so catchy, even if most of the song is just repetition of the same words over and over again. It's not the greatest lyrically written song ever at all. Lyrically, it's, it really is some of the same stuff over and over again, but it's so catchy, so passionate. It's just brilliant song, but yeah, it probably is the worst song on the album in my opinion. I mean, I think that just shows, an album is as good as its weakest song, and this is just such a great song. So next you get to one of the main singles of the album, which is Sound of Madness, the title track effectively. Now, if you've ever seen the film The Final Destination, which I think was released a couple of years ago, then it was used as part of the soundtrack for that film. And I've heard that it was used for some WWE guys intro, but I don't really know anything about that because I don't follow WWE at all. But anyway, it's another heavy track with pounding drums, a great guitar riff, and Brent, who is the vocalist, appears to have nearly growling vocals on this song. And what I've gathered, this song seems to be lyrically about someone who's basically gone off the rails and is completely insane and consumed by madness. But again, another phenomenal chorus of aggression and passion. It's just, great example. But the next song really sort of sums up what Shinedown do best, and that is the ballad. They are just brilliant at ballads. And the next song is the main single from the album, called Second Chance. And it's through this song is how I discovered the band, because I was just watching Kerrang one day. I saw this song come up and it just blew me away. I mean, it starts gently with an acoustic melody, and and explodes, to be honest, into one of the greatest choruses, in my opinion, ever written. It's just phenomenal. Again, so much passion from Brett's vocals. And, the piano and clean guitar, lead this in the chorus, and he just gives this song such an energy, such a passion. You could tell it comes from his heart. And I was reading I was watching an interview, which is on this deluxe edition with them, and he said that this song, it's probably his most personal song on the album, along with Call Me, and apparently it's about that he sort of lived in a neighbourhood where everyone sort of stayed in their own bubble, and one of those towns where everyone sort of born there, dies there, and his mother just sat him down one day, because he's always said he wanted to be a performer and a musician. Mother just sat him down and told him to leave the town and pursue his dreams, because if he didn't, he'd stay in the town till he died. And he says that was just his second chance in life, and it just, gave him a shot to where he is now. So, a really great, passionate song, just unbelievable. So next you get Cry for Help. So they turn the notch up again with Cry for Help, and this is a fast song for them, with aggressive vocals and enough chorus to die for. In my opinion, though, this song reminds me of that sort of classic heavier Nickelback song, maybe some of the not quite earlier stuff like The Curb, but more songs like Animals and Side of a Bullet, that type of commercialised heaviness with great choruses. But, in my opinion, this is just, a great, strong song. And then again, we get to another example of what Shinedown do best with the song The Quo In The Butterfly. This really is just a beautiful piano-driven song which builds up to a magical, passionate chorus. It's just wonderful. You've got, in the chorus, you've got the guitar strumming the chords separately, or you've got the piano, and you've just got, again, so much passion from Brent. This song, it really does showcase his voice. It certainly shows why he has one of the best modern rock voices. He really is one of the best vocalists in modern rock. And I think the guitar solo on it by Zach is the best on the album. It's really great. And then again, it just transcends from this solo into another, into a powerful chorus. When he sings that he means every word he sings. The guitar is perfect, the singing is perfect, everything is perfect in this song. Just, one of the great ballads. Not quite as good as Second Chance, but still, one of the best ballads of the 21st century. So, next is the song If You Only Knew Even, which apparently was written about his girlfriend, who's now his wife, and he always said Brent, the lead singer, was the person who writes sort of songs. No, it's Brett even, not Brent. I don't know. Get a bit confused. But anyway, he always said he wouldn't write a love song, but he said that, he didn't have anything to write it about, but now he says he does, and he did it brilliantly. I mean, the acoustic and clean guitar verses with great drum backbeat, and again, just so much passion from his heart. Brett has said, this is the most emotional and personal album he has ever written. As it's about some of the band's troubles with that old bassist and guitarist, but it also seems to cover some of his personal problems over the last few years, and just problems, the band and him have had as a whole. So then we get to Sin with a Grin. So they seem to like following ballads with a heavy track, a bit like Nickelback seem to. And this is just a heavy, overdriven track with great riff, and it goes to, a wonderful, catchy chorus, which has Zach, the guitarist, playing a lovely, squealing, fast tremolo. And again, passion in Brett's voice, unparalleled. The musicianship, on all of these songs, is just brilliant. So then we get to What a Shame. Just starts with a gently plucked acoustic guitar. Drum and vocals come in while the guitar carries on, and then again it just develops. That's that sort of, a lot of the songs have progressiveness up to the chorus. These are by no way prog rock songs. Never try and say that, but they do seem to like on the ballads to start off slow and build to a really big, passionate chorus. And, you know, that's just what they do. Songs like this, like What a Shame and Quo In The Butterfly, Second Chance, are really what Shinedown do best. And why they are so brilliant. And this is, you know, just such a great example of melodic hard work. Yeah, but his passion on What a Shame, though, I mean, it is at its peak. It makes it sound like he couldn't be bothered on the other songs. It really is just that absolutely brilliant. So next we have Cyanide, Sweet Tooth, Suicide, which again, you know, a heavier song now. You know, so it's got a great heavy guitar riff covered in gain with a hint of wah-wah. And I mean, the song has such a good pre-chorus that, you know, when I heard the song the first time, and, you know, after the verse, when I got to the pre-chorus, I actually thought it was the chorus, because it's so brilliant in its own right. But then you get to the chorus, and it's even stronger. I mean, again, this reminds me a bit of the heavier Nickelback, except this song is heavier and catchier, and just better in every way. So then, Breaking Inside, again, a bit like What a Shame, starts off with sort of gentle acoustic guitar. But this song specifically has a really, really great solo on it, second best on the album, I'd say. And then last but not least is one of the songs which Brett seems to find most personal to him, which is the piano-driven ballad Call Me. I mean, it really is a perfect close to the album. It's soft, yet powerful and moving chorus. You know, that's just, you know, what it has, and hugely memorable piano melody. It really is a great close to the album, just, you know, gentle and soothing, but as I've said, yet passionate. So anyway, the consistency in this album, it is phenomenal. I mean, each song sounds different to the others. They sort of each have their own slightly unique style, but they all feel they belong, and they each have, you know, the same sound to them, which characterises this album, Shinedown, as a band. I mean, I haven't said one remotely negative thing about this album. That's because I can't. I mean, it's my 8th favourite album ever, and it's so perfect. I have no choice but to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm so excited for Shinedown's new album, which apparently is coming out early next year, or early 2012, and the first single from it, Billy, is being released on 3rd of January 2012, so look out for that. And if you haven't heard this band before, literally just type in Second Chance on YouTube and watch the video. It is phenomenal. So this has been the Album Man. Comment, rate, subscribe, and thanks for watching.